So Sandra, lovely to catch up with you. Last time you were deep in all sorts of organisational happenings there with the floods, etc. In Gisborne. You're at the hub still, working from there. Tell us about that.
Hi, again, it's great to see you. We have created a space, well actually we've been donated a space by the A&P Association, which is the old A&P office at the event centre at the Gisborne Showgrounds, which was basically provided to us as a drop-in centre, if you like, or as just a neutral space where people are able to come and just be, they can catch up with either myself or Vicky Croswell, our new RST coordinator, and just have a bit of space where they can make themselves a cup of tea and just talk and be, that's important.
And it's regularly utilised. I mean, they're doing that. They're popping in even now, weeks after the event. I know the clean-up is only just beginning in many senses, but they're still popping in.
Yes, absolutely. I'm actually sitting here looking out the window at a raft of donated floodgates, for example. So, a fantastic initiative that came out of some lateral thinking between one of our timber suppliers here in town, Larson's, and the local EIT, the ag group at the EIT, and they've just been building floodgates at a rapid rate. So we've got them sitting here. We've got fencing materials sitting out another door, and as I say, it's kind of a cross between your farm office and Granny's sitting room with good coffee. Yeah.
So what's the biggest issue? Is it still the roading?
Access is huge, still for us. Remembering, of course, that we've still got the east coast to south of Wairara is still only connected with the rest of the country by one highway, which, given a decent amount of rain, is probably tenuous. I would put that term on it. Roading crews across the board, be it privately on farm, the Gisborne District Council roading crews, Waka Kotahi, are doing their level best, but we're on the wrong side of winter for these events, and that's probably causing a great deal of concern. There's, in a lot of cases, there is a sense of wanting to build back better, to put things back in smarter places. But there's also the pressure, the need for interim measures, if you like. The ability to at least get a ford across a river that we know will give people a bit of access during this Indian summer weather that we're having, thank goodness. But knowing full well that there's going to have to be a bridge back there of some sort. We just don't have resources yet. So there's interim measures. There's a lot of communication with farmers that are still isolated or at least compromised, because my focus now is just on the compromised nature of our access in most cases. There's a business impact to all of that as well.
So there are some farmers that are still literally cut off. How are they coping? Are there helicopters helping out, or how do you continue to keep in contact with them?
And the choppers are still flying. There's still drop-offs to those that are physically cut off. There has been what they called Operation Reach out of MPI, which was for those with severely compromised access that couldn't get the likes of their essential fencing materials into farm. They couldn't get water pumps and reticulation systems set up again. So MPI have been helping with some chopper support in that space.
So we're nearly 2 months down, and what is the morale like? And is the response still there in terms of people helping each other out? Or is that sort of withered away a tad with the march of time?
Yeah, well, the march of time is a very real thing. There is still a real desire to help. I know it's very rare for me to be in town and not have somebody just approach me and say, I really want to help. Is there anything I can do? And so that desire probably within the region is still very strong to support, but people do need to return to their everyday lives. BAU sets in. I think that's really important right now that our communities understand that there is a lot of work going into our recovery planning. Now, unfortunately, recovery planning is very much an internally focused process rather than seeing us out doing a lot of doing. It's very, very readily accused of a lot of hooey and not a lot of doey. But planning being what it is, we need to do it properly and do it well, and get the right people in the room. I think that's probably the most important thing for me, is having really good people in the room. That's key to it.